Alright class, this would appear to be your average laptop. It has many of the same features that an ordinary laptop would have. For instance, we have a CD writer slash DVD-ROM. We have a touchpad to make the cursor go all over the place. We've got a left click, a right click, and a scroll button in the middle. And if we look around the unit, we can see many of the same ports that would be on a typical laptop. We see a phone jack port for connecting a phone line. We look on the back, we see the exhaust for the fan. We see one of two USB ports. We also see a port to hook up a monitor. And coming over, we see right here what is called a docking port. So we can hook this unit up to a docking station. This will give us access to even more ports. For instance, a parallel port and maybe two PS2 ports. Here we have our Ethernet port for our cable internet, and right here we have the second of two USB ports, and here we have our power for our AC power. And on the other side we have a PC card slot. A PC card slot on a notebook is usually used for wireless internet connection. There are three types of PC cards: a Type 1, a Type 2, and a Type 3. This one particular unit uses a Type 2 PC card. This little slot right here is basically an onboard card reader. We can take a card from a digital camera or a camcorder, insert it right in there, and read directly from the card rather than having to hook up the camera to a USB port. Here we see our FireWire port, aka iLink port, aka IEEE 1394 port. Here we see our audio ports, one for a microphone and one for headphones. We see a power button and another speaker. So very much like a notebook, but this unit is not a typical notebook. It is a tablet PC. And what that means is the monitor will swivel like so. As you can see, the hinge there, it's swiveling. And we can take it and lay it back, and if we take our little stylus pen here for our tablet PC, there it is right there, we can then write on the surface of our monitor. It is a touch screen, and you can see as I move the pen, the cursor moves along with it, and the pen works exactly like a mouse does. As you can see the cursor there, I can click on the OK, I touch it, and it'll make that go away. I can click on things, I can close the browser there, like so. If I come down here to the Start menu, click on Start, go up to an application called Windows Journal, and this is where the magic happens. As you can see, we got something that looks like a piece of notebook paper, and this we can write on. And here we go. And there you see my name that I've just written in my own handwriting, Frank Henderson. Now what can we do with this? Well, I can save this exactly as it is in this format, or I can convert it to text. And the way I would do that would be to go up to our menu bar here, click on Edit, and I can either use the selection tool or I can select all, and I'll select all. And there you see the handwriting is selected. And once it's selected, we go up to Actions and we select Convert Handwriting to Text. And we get our text correction dialog box, and we see our corrected text is not anywhere near what it was supposed to be. And this is because when you're doing this, when you're writing, the writing needs to be very clear, very distinct. Your handwriting really does need to be good for it to be able to recognize what you've written. So we'll cancel that out, deselect, select the pen tool again, and I'll try to write it a little bit better. It's hard holding the camera and writing at the same time, but I'm going to give it a shot. And there it is again, a little bit better this time. We'll go back up, select Edit again. This time we'll choose the selection tool because I only want to select this part, the second one that I wrote, and there it's selected. And we'll go back up to Actions, Convert to Text. This time they got it perfectly. Frank Henderson. Now, the reason the Frank is highlighted is because it's not really 100% sure of that, so we need to come over here to where it shows our handwriting, and then where it shows alternative selections for what it thinks it might be. And the first one just happens to be Frank, so I will select that and click Change, and now it's perfect. Now once I've converted it to text, I can go ahead and copy it. This will copy it to the clipboard, the converted handwriting, and then I can then take that and paste it into any application that I desire. For instance, Notepad, WordPad, anywhere I can place text, where I could type in text, I can paste that in. And I could write out a whole entire paper on here and convert the entire thing to text, thereby saving me the trouble of having to retype what I've written. So that is a tablet PC, and we can also use a tablet PC for original artwork, drawing, painting, if we have the right software like Adobe Photoshop, Adobe Illustrator, things like that. And that is basically it. Like I said, many of the same ports that are on a regular laptop or notebook. The only difference is we can interact on the screen. We can write and draw. It's all kinds of beautiful, neat stuff. And there it is, the tablet PC, this one by Gateway.